back to where we were with Yahiko. And yeah, something strange is happening with Yahiko. Is he the murderer? I doubt it. I think he's just worried about the students disappearing. You know, he's genuinely concerned, maybe. Strangely enough, Yahiko doesn't give me a single glance all throughout class. In fact, he's completely silent, speaking only when the teacher calls on him, and his answers are correct? Weird. It's enough to startle the entire class. On any other day, they'd probably gossip about it. Today, though, there's obviously more important things to discuss. Classes proceed as usual, but no one seems to be paying attention. Even teachers are out of it. Lectures are barely coherent. I guess, yeah, the rumors have spread. This, I guess, well, yeah, we've confirmed, like, someone has been killed. They found a body. They found Akane Tsukino. So, the tension has definitely risen now in the academy. When lunch breaks arrives, I'm ready to speak with Yahiko, but a sudden cold voice interrupts me. Hey, you. I turn around apathetically. A stocky boy is standing before me, fists clenched. Oh, wasn't this the guy who was talking with Yahiko this morning? And you are? Haru Bunya. Never heard of you. I try to walk past him, but he refuses to move. I'm a friend of Shoji. I stop cold at that. I was there when you said those words to him. What do you want me to do? Apologize? That'd be a good place to start, yeah? Guilt and anger intertwine in the pit of my stomach. We didn't know she was dead then. You mocked him for worrying while she was being murdered. Have you seen the average high school relation? Have you seen them? How can you be their judge without knowing anything about them? Is that any excuse to pick on Ryui? On Irie? What about spreading fake rumors? Look, you're not the only one at fault. But would you be saying the same thing if you found that girl you loved was murdered in cold blood? The words hit harder because yes, indeed, I've thought of them myself. That girl you loved? Why are you so wishy-washy about that? Like, because he keeps... Yama keeps denying the fact that he's totally in love with Ryui. And sometimes in his thoughts he says he doesn't love her, but now he does love her, he doesn't love her, he does love her, I don't know. Just pick the petals on that rose, Yama. Or, well, yeah. Well, do you pick out a rose or a flower in general, or I don't know, whatever. I'm sorry. Don't say that to me. Without warning, he grabs my school tablet straight out of my hands. I'm too stunned to even stop him. He even taps something on the notes section. 10 digits, bold and clean. Bold and clean cut on the screen. A phone number. To say that to him, he hands me back the tablet before striding out of the classroom, leaving me shaken. I immediately head to the rooftop to get some fresh air. Haru's words echo and re-echo in my skull with every step. We'll never see him again though, because he isn't like a character that was drawn in the game, so he's a very unimportant side character. Your fault, she's dead. Too late. I shove them out as I burst through the door. I nearly rush into a face full of plants in my haste. The sunlight angrily cuts into my eyes as I slump onto the nearest bench, breathing deeply through my nose. I just need some rest, some silence, some... Ah! Watch out! I jerk upright as a giant monster of fluffy fabric plummets through the air, pelting the space where my head was just moments ago. Suddenly, a very large, warm weight plops squarely on my lap, and I feel a tickle of velvety hair against my cheek. Yes, Akira. In the space of 10 seconds, I somehow acquired an Akira Karube sitting on the edge of my knees, hands braced against my shoulders, nose just an inch away from mine. I don't even have time to be embarrassed. As quickly as she landed on me, Akira jumps away, flushing a brilliant red. I'm sorry, Yama, I didn't mean... A response tumbles out of my mouth before I have time to think. What? It's fine. But it's so... It's fine, really. Akira buries her face in her hands, thoroughly mortified. I seize the moment to glance around, trying to figure out what just happened. The fabric beside me seems to be a pile of costumes, silks and satins in rich colors, meticulous embroidery, and white lace are just some of the materials that catch my eye. It's an enormous pile, and I can't believe she was trying to carry it by herself. Are these for the drama club? Yes, we're having a dress rehearsal for an impromptu show after school. You should come. Come and give your undying support to Ryui. I've never seen her in such a strange mood before. Akira may be Akira, but something seems to be bothering her intensely. Maybe I should ask her about it? Yes, I will ask her about it, because it's boring to be passive. Might as well be active. Say, is everything okay? Of course. Everything is greater than gravy, ricer than rain, peachier than the peachiest poacher who possibly poached a plethora of peaches. What a tongue twister. Yeah, something's definitely suspicious. It almost feels like she's trying too hard. You sure? My, you've gotten quite observant, haven't you? She shuffles backward, clasping her hands together. The truth is, I'm nervous. I relax. Well, that was anticlimactic. What do you expect for her to confess that she was the killer all along? It was Akira all along. But I don't think so. Nervous for... Isamu is about to explode in 30 seconds if I can't disarm the bomb in time. Then why are you wasting your time here? Oh, Admiral, you have no sense of humor. On the contrary, you should have played along. Her shoulders loosen from their prior tension as she releases a tiny giggle. You strike a fair point. Very well, I admit it. Akira Kurube, the veteran of the drama club, am nervous for a little impromptu performance. Oh, the shame, the dishonor, the... Isn't it just your second year in the drama club? Huh? I mean, anyone will get stage fright. Even lifelong actors get stage fright. All you can do is practice. Practice. Why, I dare say that's a great idea. Of course it is. So, wanna be my partner? Wait, what? This is probably the last thing I'm in the mood for. No. I didn't even tell you what to do. What do I need to do? You just need to stand there like a candle on a stick. No. Admiral Meaniehead. Just ask Ryui. I should. That's an unusual response. You don't want to? It's not a question of wanting to. Then what's the question? On the contrary, what is the answer? What? The question doesn't matter, as long as you have the answer. You can find the answer if you have the right question. You can also find the question if you have the right answer. Purple. Huh? I just gave you an answer. What's the question? Oh, you're a sneaky one, Admiral Meaniehead. I see I've underestimated you. I can't help but chuckle at that. So, will you help a comrade in need? I want to say yes, but I decide to play around a little more. Maybe. There is no middle ground. Choose this day which side you take. I recommend you choose wisely. Then no. Please. Fine. Really? Yes. I don't trust you. Why? I said fine. Any man who is so quick to change his mind should not be trusted. I don't blame her. Something about being around Akira makes me whimsical. Maybe she's rubbing off on me. Regardless, I slap my hand on my chest in salute and bow. I swear, I'll be your practice partner for this lunch period. Satisfied? Swear upon the grave of protein shakes and molasses, and we have a deal. Protein shakes and no, I shouldn't even be surprised at this point. I solemnly swear upon the grave of protein and molasses. Protein shakes! Protein shakes and molasses, then I'll be your practice partner for this lunch period. I accept this oath and bind it to... You know, time's running out. If we're gonna practice, we should do it now. Hardy pooper. Akira clears her throat and steps away, closing her eyes. Despite myself, I feel a rush of excitement. This is just like when Ryu and I played make-believe. Akira suddenly whips around, flinging an arm towards me, her entire posture thrumming with power. I see you have finally arrived, Sacred Starflame. Truly, it is perfect timing. You get a front row seat to the mass zombification of your people. Sacred Starflame? What kind of character would that be? Not today, Shadow Bell. I shall purify your soul and then purify the planet. We shall see. First, you must proceed through me. O spirits of the cosmos, bond the summons of the abyss and heed my call. Expatriate this world! Akira lunges for the pile of fabric on the bench, withdrawing a long, narrow paintbrush out of nowhere. What kind of practice is this? Activate Orion Microcell Abolishment Prototype 17. She twirls the paintbrush with expert precision in her hand and jabs it at me. Am I supposed to follow through with this? I glance around for something to match her paintbrush, but find nothing other than a hand shovel. I pick it up with two hands and making it as if it's heavy. Angels of light and flyers of freedom, bestow me with your blessings and don me with your fitting arms to combat your mortal enemy. Light Spear, initiative. I swivel the shovel around my head and weighing it like some kind of giant halberd. She seems to understand. You are stronger than I expected. It appears that just one blow from your cursed weapon shall wipe me from existence. Of course, you'll have to hit me first. She dashes in, jabbing the paintbrush at my side. I fling myself away, swinging my shovel towards her, but she nimbly drops to the ground. I take a second for recovery, which she seizes to land a solid poke on my shin. Ow! I'll bite your kneecaps! She pulls away. I swing the halberd straight for her skull, but she leaps with a cat-like grace, thrusting her rapier straight to my heart. I immediately parry the tip with my hilt, driving the edge towards her, but she easily disengages. Truly, your name as a being of power is justified, Sacred Starflame. As is your name as a being of corruption, Shadow Bell. I'll take that as a compliment. She stabs again. This time I'm ready. I catch the rapier and twist it, sending it spiraling out of her grasp. You know, I don't think this is like practice for drama. I think you're just being chunibios on the rooftop. Give up, Shadow Bell. Justice demands retribution. How's it go? I know in Hearthstone, was that Paladin that says that? Justice demands retribution! Or something like that. Well, that's unfortunate, because they sure won't be getting any. She backflips upon the nearest bench absently, I'm impressed at her agility, and raises a hand to the sky. Power of the sea and stretch of the sky, intertwine to form this void and enrich this humble vessel with the glory of your eternal wrath. Could this be a finishing blow? I sign you onto the crimson depths of graven oaths and relieve you of your ancient constraints. Millennial Acre Crescent Destruction! She flips the ground and lands in a somersault, crashing her fist to the ground. I fly back, crumpling against the nearest tree. She recovers her rapier, pointing it at my throat. Any last words? I tighten my grip on my halberd, willing all strength to my arms. Not yet. I slam my foot against the hilt of her rapier, turning it to the side as I roll away. As she stumbles for balance, I swing my halberd clean at her neck. She barely dodges in time. Clever trick. I'll be sure to relate that to the High Order. Oh, I'm tired of your paltry existence. You are like an incessant, irritating insect that means nothing to me. You are a dirt beneath my shoe, a pebble in my ocean, a speck of dust on. I swing my halberd at her and chop her head off. Ah, Admiral Meatyhead. Yes? You interrupted me. I was subverting expected dramatism. If we had an audience, they probably would have laughed. But overly long monologues are the best part of being a villain. Anime tropes. I break into laughter as I return the shovel to its rightful place. Well, maybe so, but they're useless. The villain is leaving himself vulnerable for way longer than he should. Yeah, but it's one of the pillar stones of shonen anime. You can't just hit someone while they're delivering a evil monologue. Or did I say pillar stone? Cornerstone, not pillar stone. I guess, well, either like pillars of shonen anime, or cornerstones of pillar anime. I guess both work. Anyway, Akira fixes her eyes on me for a moment, a small, affectionate smile curling at her lips. Yeah, I guess you're right. Her light giggle emphasizes the flush in her cheeks. I realize that the heaviness in my mind has completely dissipated. Yeah, I guess this was just like a light distraction from the drama, I guess. Well, I guess there's two types of drama. The drama as in drama from Yama, like being involved in the murder mystery, but also drama as in part of the drama club. Hey, Akira. Thanks. What for? The fun. It was crazy, of course, but fun. I'm glad. She suddenly wraps her arms around her body, looking intensely vulnerable. Oh, no. What? I shouldn't have. Suddenly, she scoops up the pile of fabric and races to the door. Is that the bell? Why, I do declare that's the bell. Goodbye, Admiral. Without another word, she kicks the door open and races down the stairs. It slams behind her, leaving me alone on the rooftop. I head back to my classroom in total bewilderment. Why does Akira have to operate without rhyme or reason? She was completely fine, up until the very end, then out of the blue she just snapped. Either way, I did have fun. Akira's antics really cleared my mind. I just wonder why she's acting so strangely. I mean, she's always acted like that, I guess. I mean, as far as I know, the way I see it, is that she has like a, she has like a front, right? She has the brave side, where she acts all silly and weird and quirky. And she has the shy side, which is probably her true self. Also, she's probably in love with you, Yama. Being the hero protagonist and all. I make it to my seat right as the bell rings, hailing another period of gossip-ridden classes. Surprisingly, the PA clicks on, and the special video announcement by the principal is streamed to our whiteboard. Good afternoon, students. As you are well aware, we have found ourselves in a most tragic and bewildering turn of events. We request that throughout the following circumstances, you remain calm. Rest assured that above all else, the Academy prioritizes your safety. The first matter, we emphatically request that you refrain from any communications with the media. Our faculty and partners are diligently working to solve the matter in hand and will deal with any questions aimed their way. Secondly, classes will continue as scheduled. Please do not neglect your studies. Special security is employed to keep you safe. Thirdly, in order to best ensure your security, curfew has been moved from 11:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Please consider this timekeeping when you make plans. Try to refrain from being out of school when alone. I expect groans from the student body, but there are none. People must be really scared. What I find interesting is the implementation of a harsher curfew when all of the disappearances have been taking place inside campus after curfew. Maybe they're just trying to hide the truth. Please keep this security measure in mind as you plan your day. In accommodation, the dormitory recreation rooms, exercise rooms, and practice rooms will be open for 24 hours. Off-campus students are strongly advised to adhere to similar guidelines. Thank you for your patience. The video shuts off, leaving the classroom in silence. Our teacher rises to the front of her room, visibly shaken. Well, that was very informative. Let's continue. I glanced over at Yahiko. His face is completely blank, but I can see his knuckles turning white against his desk. Unfortunately, right as I attempt to start a conversation, the teacher calls on me. I guess we don't get to have that conversation during class. By the time I remember my original intentions, school's already ended. Yahiko bolts from his seat immediately after dismissal, barely sparing me a second glance. Even Elizabeth splits from her groupies before I can catch her. I spent a few moments still and silent in my chair. Alone. Completely alone. Have you seen Beth? Well, it's you. I jerk upright and come face to face with Natsuki Tanaka. She's smiling, standing upright in her pristine, neatly ironed academy uniform, her eyes bright and clean and nothing like the girl I met the previous night. I feel a kernel of disgust in the pit of my stomach. Disgust, and if I'm honest with myself, a tinge of fear. You just missed her, but you probably knew that. And if I did, then I assumed that you wanted to talk to me. Why would I want to do that? You're the one with all the answers? She giggles slightly behind her hand. I get the sickening feeling that she's enjoying this. If perchance you see Beth, do give her my regards. Why don't you tell her yourself? I wonder. She turns on her heel and drifts away without another word. I clench my hands against the desk, fighting to keep my anger down. She's not telling her herself? Is Elizabeth gonna be the next victim? I feel like that's the implication here. She's aggravating, she's insane, she's undefeatable. Oh, I don't know, I like Natsuki. Though I guess she is quite villainous, you know, so I'm not surprised that Yama might dislike her. But I like her as a character anyway. I always like smug characters. They're just so very interesting to me. I roughly grab my backpack and exit the school, looking to clear my head. Again. I idly wander into the streets, feeling the acute pang of loneliness for the first time in a long time. Ryui and Akira at drama club, Masuo at track, and Yahiko at I don't even know. Probably at his own club. Mitsuki, who knows? Irie, who knows? Elizabeth, who knows? Not only that, no one really knows about the investigations. No one knows the crimes as much as I do. No one knows what I've been up to. No one, of course, except Mr. Ryota. I could visit him, but at the same time it doesn't feel right. Like I'm using him as my crutch instead of learning to function in society on my own. I wanted to get rid of that. I wanted to learn how to be independent. But it doesn't really seem to be happening. The first crutch was... well, the second crutch was my parents. They made sure I received proper care from the therapists, stayed physically healthy, and completed my schoolwork even when I least wanted to. And the third crutch was, and is, Ryui. I intended to come to this school with her so that I can learn to be self-sufficient. I'd be able to develop into a person that can impress his parents. I could be intelligent, wise, capable, full of initiative. I could finally find the identity of Yama Ishimoto. But instead, I just clung to Ryu and stuck to my old ways, because there's no reason to try for anything risky when something familiar would suffice. I need to get over that. I need to prevent myself from gaining a fourth crutch. Well, you know, from my perspective, it's not really a crutch, is it? They're supports. And the thing is, to not be dependent on someone, or at least in a healthy way, is to let them be dependent on you. Sometimes, right? To help each other in a relationship. You know? The way I see it, Ryu needs you as much as you need her. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? You know, as long as you're not as long as you're not dependent like 24/7. You know. And of course, it's important to give people breaks, to be alone for a bit, but at the same time, you shouldn't get rid of those supports, you know, entirely, because they are your supports, right? Your emotional supports. Those people that help you, be motivated to go through life. I think, anyway. I don't know. I'm just rambling, I guess. A sudden strain of piano breaks through my thoughts. What, is this fourth wall breaking? Or, well, actually no, it's coming from the cafe, I guess. I instinctively turn to the source of the noise, and find myself staring straight at the Café de la Paix. The melody is simple, but somehow eloquent. Curious, I try to glance through the window. Is it Elizabeth? Yes, it is. To my surprise, I find Elizabeth Oshiro seated before a polished ebony grand, fingers plodding determinedly across the keys as she bites her lips in concentration. Odd, I didn't know she played piano. I'm struck with a sudden urge to talk to her, but fight against it. She'll probably just drive me insane, right? No, you talk to the waifu, Yama. You must talk to the waifu. Always. I can't help it. I need some company. Heck, maybe some good old-fashioned arguing would cheer me up. When I enter the cafe, Elizabeth abruptly ceases her playing and leaps to her feet. You? What are you doing here? I grin at her obvious discomfort. I'm a customer. Why else would I be here? Then go ahead and talk to him. He'll take your order. I'm on break. She nods at the counter, where a kindly barista is waiting to take my order. Then she turns back to the piano. I only plop next to her. Well, how can I resist the seduction of a mediocre piano player? She colors, fingers curling against the keys. Waiter, tell this person that he should leave if he's not gonna buy anything. Waiter, tell dear Elizabeth Oshiro that I am about to buy a croissant. Then tell this person that he should go buy a croissant instead of paying his attentions to a mediocre piano player. Tell dear Elizabeth Croissant that you have more than enough intelligence to know that I'm buying a croissant without having to go to the counter and point it out. Waiter, tell this person that he's a boorish prat. Waiter, tell dear Elizabeth Oshiro that she ought to calm down and have a spot of tea. Elizabeth is still for a moment, and then she turns to me, a dangerous smile on her face. Enlighten me, Oyama Ishimoto. To what ideal do you expect one's piano skills to measure up? Something not terrible? Such as... I blurt the first piece that comes to mind. I can't lose face now. Chopin, I guess. Chopin? That's a tall order. Chopin or Chopin or I think it's Chopin, right? No. In that case, do you know any person with not terrible piano skills? Many, just not you. Of course, I assume that you yourself are well versed in piano to be confident enough to judge me. So this is what she had up her sleeve. Just because I don't play myself doesn't mean I can't tell good playing. No, it must be the same way making friends. I feel her words like a punch to my gut. I have more than enough good friends. Oh? Maybe I'm just not stupid enough to befriend people like you. Well, I could say the same for you. And what kind of person am I? She spent a moment in silence, clearly collecting herself for a reply. Lazy, spoiled, rude, insensitive. Surprise, surprise. She rolls her eyes and returns to the piano. I try to find a reply, but before I can make a move, the barista thrusts something at me. A croissant. I stare at the pastry for a moment before I realize what he means. Oh, thanks. I take the croissant from him, dropping some cash in his hand, and he returns to the counter. I bite into the buttery croissant as I mumble in Elizabeth's direction. Seems like you had a lot of pent-up anger. What? I was expecting you to thank me again, as you seem to enjoy doing. Yeah, I'm feeling I'm feeling generous today. The croissant got stuck in my throat. I use many words to describe you, but generous isn't one of them. Yeah, you seem to prefer lazy, spoiled, rude, and insensitive. Elizabeth's eyes widen. She studies my face avidly, a clear tilt of confusion to her brow. What? You sounded exactly... She trails off, regaining control of herself. Nothing. That didn't look like nothing. She clearly ignores me and sets her fingers to the piano, pressing slowly on the keys. The sweet, simple melody fills the cafe with a relaxing vibe. I settle back, munching on my croissant. She isn't a bad piano player, it's pretty nice. And, what did I remind her of? Or what did Yama remind her of? You seem pretty lazy, rude, and insensitive. Or something. What did Yama sound like? Someone she knows? Suddenly, Elizabeth stops, glaring at me. So stop that. Stop what? Nom 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 nom. Stop staring at me. You know, I vaguely recall having this conversation before. Because we have. What if I like staring at you? This brings a completely different reaction than I expected. Elizabeth turns beet red and shoves me away. Baka! What are you bloody talking about? Her extreme reaction immediately puts me on the defensive. I was just, You can't say things like that. What happened? What the heck happened to the cool and collected Elizabeth just a few moments ago? That's not a big... Words like that mustn't be thrown around so trivially. What's gotten into you? Nothing. Nothing. I'm going to practice. She quickly starts plopping on the keys. The notes are harsh and flat, grating against my ears like broken glass. I'm tempted to supply some dry commentary, but I manage to hold my tongue out of curiosity. What could be causing such drastic behavior? Because you're the harem protagonist and all the waifus want to date you. It's a thing. I said, stop staring at me. I said, what if I like oogling at your face, your cute face? Fine, stare, whatever, baka. She continues mashing on the piano, her hair flying about her face from her hurried motions. After a few minutes, though, her tune begins to mellow. She returns her previous song, slowing her fingers to the tender touch. Yes, a metaphor to her tsundere personality. I sit in silence, passively watching this transformation as I finish my croissant. I expect Elizabeth to ignore me for the rest of her practice session, but surprisingly, she's the first one to speak. My mother loved the piano. I hold back a teasing comment, intrigued by her unusual mood. And my grandmother said she used to be quite good at it. So that's why you play? No. She plays in silence for a moment longer. Right as I start to wonder if she's bipolar, she speaks again. There's one thing that people say I can't do. Piano? Music in general. I can't sing, can't play an instrument, can't even dance. I'm gonna change that next year. I feel a spark of irritation. There, again, the girl who controls the future has made yet another appearance. Why? Well, naturally, then I'll be perfect. Not stupid. Maybe to you. Then again, you wouldn't know anything about perfection. I doubt you'd ever try to obtain it. I just go in circles with this girl. And here I was, thinking she might actually be a civil person. I might actually have a civil conversation with her. Well, I mean, I think you're just misunderstanding her intentions. You just have different values, you know? In terms of how you want to go through life. Being the best person you want to be. Weren't you, actually, Yama, weren't you like ranting about how you wanted to be an independent person? Working towards that? Well, that's very similar to what Elizabeth wants, right? She wants to be the best that she could be. That's very similar to what you want to be too, right, Yama? Maybe not exactly, but those are the journeys that you both make. Yeah. Well, but then, at the same time though, Yama is just gonna let his ego show. He's too proud to admit any kind of similarities between him and Elizabeth. So, well, excuse me, Your Majesty. Well, excuse me, Princess. No, excuse me, Your Majesty. Not all of us lowly peasants can be as amazing as you. That wasn't what A cheerio, good queen. I've got other affairs to see to. This is just like you. You never listen. Yeah? You never ask. You're insufferable. Well, thank you. I grabbed my backpack, pressing a discordant key on the piano just to annoy her. Well, farewell, Princess Barista. Elizabeth is unusually silent as I exit the cafe. Maybe she'll finally start thinking for herself. Or maybe she thought it'd be useless to say anything, since you never listen. I shake the thought away. She doesn't deserve my respect. She already ruined the one chance she possibly had. When was that? I guess when they first met? That's why Yama treats her so harshly, I guess? I head into the street as Gento piano drifts behind me. Well, at the very least he respects her piano playing, because he did admit it was Gento piano. It was a Gento piano. We got a call, I guess, yeah. For who? Or a message, or... Oh, so it was a message from Masato? Oh. If you're reading this, you have time for track. Meet me at the school entrance in 5. It's not about track. Well, that's unusual. I've never seen Masato acknowledge my dislike of track or type so properly. Something must be really serious. I pocket my phone and race to the school, all thoughts of Britain and piano and croissants disappearing from my mind. Like earlier this morning, the entrance is all but barren. Looks like most of the students are downtown, relishing their pre-curfew freedom. Masato is crouched against the gates, his every limb slack as he traces empty letters in the ground with his finger. At a closer glance, I realize that his writing is an equation. Sine squared x plus y plus cosine squared xy equals 1. I don't know what that even would mean. It's like, you have to plug in the variables though, right? So, or rather, what does x equal to? What does y equal to? If there's two variables in the equation, you can't exactly solve it, can you? Or, well, I mean, actually, no, never mind. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of very, like, you know, high school math. Or rather, well, like, very basic math is what I'm thinking of. This could be like a formula for something? I mean, I assume it's, what was it? What is it called? Those squiggly lines on the graph. I'm horrible at math, by the way. Squiggly lines. It represents something. It's equals to 1, apparently. I don't know. Yeah, something's definitely wrong. Hey! Masato stands up at my arrival, but his eyes are still fixed on the equation at his feet. Run with me. What? Run. Now you said this wasn't related to track. I gotta run, damn it! He takes up without warning, just what has gone into him. Groaning, I reluctantly jog after him, my feet aching with every step. Masato turns down a side path past my apartment complex, leading us alongside the river that winds around the district. I recognize the area. We ran it almost every day last year when I was in track. And the river itself, I know very well. He grinds to a halt by the railing and stares into the rippling waters. I warily glance around as I nudge his arm. What are you even doing? Running. Oh yeah, but here? He says nothing. I check the time. There's still plenty of daylight left. It's only 5, but the new curfew restricts Masato to only 2 more hours outside campus. So, should we keep running? Still nothing. He seems to be bottling up something, searching for words to say. Or, we can wait here. Silence. I give him some space, and wait. And wait some more. And keep on waiting. 15 solid minutes pass before I decide to speak up. Masato, are we waiting here until curfew? Damn it. Damn it all. Ain't no curfew. I startle at his fiery tone, noting for the first time that every muscle is rigid with tension. Hey, are you okay? Yama, tell me something. Now, it depends on what it is. You clowning around with me? What? No. What is with everyone today? Everyone's just strange. Why don't you try at anything? This? Again? How many times do people need to bring this up? I thought you said we weren't gonna answer the damn question. Okay, fine, jeez. If I don't try at something, it's because I don't like it. So just cause you don't like it, you ain't giving it a chance? I already gave it a chance. Real? Cause I sure didn't see you give it one. Anger flickers beneath my skin. What is with people giving me a hard time? How can you not see me? We were on the same team. We ain't ever been the same team, man. Is this because of your delusional competition with me? It ain't delusional. I had a fair chance. What is he even talking about? What fair chance? You already won. I ain't won. Are we speaking the same language here? Damn it! His sudden outburst shocks me. Once again, he takes off running. I follow him to the edge of the river, trying my best to ignore its roaring pound against my eardrums. Just the sound makes bile rise to my throat, but I'm able to push it down. What is this about? I might have an idea what this is about. It might not be about track, it might be something to do with, well, I won't say it, just in case. It might not be, actually. Masato stops just as abruptly as he started, his hands curling against the fence of the canal. You know what makes me real mad, Yama? I wonder. It ain't that I'm supposed to win. It ain't that you skipped track. It's that you never gave it a chance. I give it more than a fair chance, I just don't like it as much as you do. I guess you're right. What's going on in his mind? That don't make you any better. Maybe I should have been the winner, but I ain't. So you gotta own up to it. Give it a fair chance, man. It's the least you can do. Something dawns on me. Masato, you're not talking about track, are you? Yep. For someone so smart, you sure are blind, man. I feel rage bubble out of my mouth. Why'd you say that? Why does everybody say that? You're not even being clear. If you really wanted me to do something about God knows what, you should stop all of the cryptic crap. Everyone seems to have all these expectations of me that I keep failing. Well, guess what? I'm gonna fail more. I'm gonna fail again. I'm not gonna stop until someone tells me the truth without beating around the bush. I was a damn good assistant, and the other 17-year-old off the street would have been crap. But well, I guess I failed before I even got started. I guess I fail at everything. I guess I shouldn't even try. It's always been that way, Masato. And that's why I don't give track or eating contests or whatever a fair chance. I stop breathlessly, my heart pounding as if I just got into a fist fight. Saying those words felt strangely liberating, even if Masato won't understand a thing. There you go. Doing it again. Doing what? Only think about yourself, as usual. Don't give me that. Yeah, you done then chicken is gonna go through. I don't understand. You done it? You're done even again? This hacking that is going through? I don't understand. The thickness of his accent, paired with the abrupt change of inflections, make him impossible to understand. What are you even saying? Shacket, you done can anything. I don't know what that means. You done can anything. You dunkin' anything. No, screw it. You don't can anything? You don't try anything? Or I don't know, I don't understand. My bewilderment quickly molds into anger. I grasp him by the shirt, staring him into the eye. They're staring him in the eye, not staring him into the eye. That'll be weird. Masato, you're not making any sense. Talk to me normally. Talk to me so I can understand you. Talking is meant for damn communication. He grips me back, his face fighting to keep solemn. You know what I'm talking about, man. You always knew. You're just pretending, same as you always do. I snap at the condescending tilt to his tone. I don't know. I release him, and before I know it, my fist is swinging right towards his face. He easily sidesteps, but he's clearly shocked. I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why any of this is happening. I don't know what's up with you. I don't know what's up with Yahiko or Akira or Shigure. I don't know. I swing again, my movements haphazard. Masato dodges. His face flattens as he sends a counter jab. You ever tried to know? You ever fought for something tooth and nail till you feel dead? I did. I tried. But it don't matter then, eh? Cause this is a race where the only boy who can win ain't even running. My mind goes blank. I can only watch as his fist soars towards me and socks me right in the jaw. Ouch! I can't register the pain as I crumple to the ground, the wind knocked off my back as I stared at the darkening sky. Ain't even running. What does he know? What do any of them know? You may think you fully understand the circumstances which surround these crimes, but you are sorely mistaken. Do not be so quick to forget that I am nearly a decade your senior. I have seen a great many cases that are beyond your comprehension. I speak of not your intelligence, but of your mental capacity. You are yet very fragile, Ishimoto, and this case may break you. I ran. The words escape from me in a breathless gasp as I fight to stand up. I ran. More than anyone could know. But no one sees. No one sees. Masato doesn't even try to help me. He just stares at me with his arms crossed. In some way, I'm grateful for that. You gotta get back up. Get him. And show him. He jogs away without a backward glance. I spend a few minutes in silence to catch my breath. Finally, I'm able to stagger to my feet. The ache in my jaw turns cold from the night air. You know, I thought I knew what Masato was talking about, but now I'm just confused. Because I don't know. Why? Why of all days would Masato choose to talk to me? No, not even talk to me, fight with me. Well, I mean, you started it. You threw the first fist, Yama. I've never seen him so intense before, not even when it comes to track. What could have possibly evoked such a response? I shouldn't have gotten angry. Not at Masato. He was trying to be honest to me in his own way. I should have stopped to figure out what was wrong. But the words he said... Ew. What the heck? I quickly peer over the railing into the river. Even in the dim lighting, I can clearly make out a head of brown hair and 2 flailing arms. Someone's in the river? A guy's voice tears from the surface of the water as the brown head lurches upward. He gasps for breath and re-submerges. He'll drown if I don't get him out. Oh, so it's a... someone with brown hair? A guy with brown hair? I tighten my grip against the railing, shaking off my shoes and tossing my jacket to my side. My hands are clammy against the sleeves of my shirt. Calm down, it's just a little water. I can handle a little water. I take a deep breath and hoist myself over the railing, diving cleanly into the river. Remember lessons. A cold, slimy liquid swirls around me, slicking up every inch of my arms and legs. It stings my nose with a bubbly laugh. No way out. Panic wells up my throat and grips my throbbing jaw. I push myself blindly in the boy's direction, my legs flailing through the undercurrent. Remember lessons, remember. Lift, breathe, scoop, lift, breathe. The undercurrent suddenly jerks to life, throwing me into a terrifying spin. I pinwheel through the darkness, grasping violently for any kind of stability. No. Something grips the edge of my shirt and drags me down. A hand? Is he grabbing me? No! The water floods into my nostrils, burning down my throat. Well, there goes that rescue attempt. We just end up the victim as well. My vision spins to black. Oh hey, I think we saw this picture before. It was like a flash. Who are you? I mean, I guess, yeah, that's Yama. It looks like Misaki, or is that someone else? I'm not sure. I guess these are parents? I'm home. Mizu. Hey Yams, where's mom and dad? You're shopping again? Found a new cookie recipe. Uh-oh, did I make you dinner? I guess Mizu is One-chan? When they say they'll be back? Okay, I guess we're making dinner. Wait, what? Look, Yams, there's noodles, spinach, carrots, mushrooms, chicken. Let's make noodle soup. Well, we're not tall enough to cook on the stove, sis. Oh. Hey, let's stand up boxes. Boxes? What if they break? They won't break. Probably. Here, I'll get them from the garage. Mizu. Yep, here we go. They're big and empty. Perfect. Isn't that a bad thing? We can do anything if we try hard enough, Yams. Okay, first we need to fill the pot with water. You get this end, I'll get this end. Heavy. Oh. Ew. See, that wasn't so bad. How do we turn the stove on again? I don't know. Helpful, Yams. This? No, this. Oh, I know. This. I'm turning the knob, but they won't turn on. Maybe it's broke? Hey, there's a box of matches. Is that... Uh-oh. Okay, so we just strike it like this. Whoop. The carpet's on fire. Oopsie. It's okay, look, a little water, it's gone. Let's try again. I can't watch. And there. Okay, Yama, turn the stove to high and stand back. What are you doing? I'm gonna toss the match at the stove. 3, 2, 1, yeah! See? Told you it worked. I guess it did. I feel dizzy. This Mizu person. In any relation to the trauma we had before? I thought it was related to Misaki, but maybe it was something deeper than that. Than someone just leaving. Now, class, let's try learning how to pronounce some or more of these tough words. Open your workbooks to... Class, calm down. More farting. Calm down this instant or you'll be visiting the principal's office. Thank you. Now, who would make such uncouth, rude noises? The person who tells me first will get a piece of candy. Wow, so many hands. Yuko? It was Yama. Nah! Yama Ishimoto, is this true? No. Don't lie. Lying isn't nice, Yama. I'm not. Yama, do you want to go to the principal's office? Yuko says she saw you. We know you did it, Yama. But I didn't. Don't take that tone with me, young man. You're going to the principal's office. But... The mystery of whether or not Yama farted in class. We will never know. Mr. Kawaguchi, Yama was being a disturbance in class and would not stop lying about it. I didn't do it. Yama, lying is very dangerous. You can get in big trouble. But, Yama, I don't really want to call your parents. Can't you tell us the truth? Yama, we... Stop right there! Oh, it's Mizu. Ah, Mizu, thank goodness. Maybe you can talk some sense into your brother. The only person I'll be talking sense into is you! Both of you! Mizu, no, I don't appreciate this disrespectful attitude. You're adults. You should know better. What if Yuko was lying, huh? She lies all the time. How dare you? Yuko is my top student. Yeah, so she knows she can get away with it. Mizu Ishimoto, I will not stand for this. You're being incredibly rude. And you're being incredibly unfair. Yama wouldn't make bad noises and he definitely wouldn't lie. Well, that's it. I'm calling your parents. They need to teach you some proper respect. You want my respect? Then earn it. Come on, Yama, we're going home. Well, I guess that was an incident with Mizu. Okay. How much longer? How much longer? I don't know. Yams, this is a detour bus, remember? I don't like blizzards. This is during a blizzard, I guess? You're going home and stuff? Don't say that. Look how beautiful it is. Beautiful? What is? Outside. You can't even see a thing. I meant the snow, silly. Still, not like our normal bus. Oh, yams. I'm bored, Mizu. I'll take a nap. But I'm not tired. Why don't you make some friends? There's a nice-looking person across the aisle. No, people are scary. Then, do your homework. I'm too tired. I thought you said you weren't tired. I changed my mind. Come on, Yams. Be a good big boy. Look, it's the Rainbow River. Isn't it pretty? Rivers are boring. Look at the snow. Isn't it just wonderful? Snow is boring. Okay, Yams, what's wrong? And don't say it's cause you're bored. I told Chio that she has cooties and she touched me. What? What if I get cooties, Mizu? Then I'll die and I won't be able to get the new Rego City blocks next week. Where did she touch you? My arm, here. I'll give you a shot. I hate shots. It's okay, this one won't hurt. Are you sure? Well, not too much. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you've got the cootie shot. I never heard of that before. So I won't die? Yeah, that's what shots do, right? I guess that's later? Yeah. I thought they were like on their way home, but I guess that was just another day. And they were on the bus. And this is kind of like them growing up, right? Mizu and Yama. Yeah, thanks, sis. And he has fond memories of his bigger sister. Oh, and we're back into reality. I suddenly emerge into reality, vision hazy, lungs burning. I feel myself cough instinctively. Water spurts from my mouth onto the ground. Well, that's right. I've never been a fan of this river. Ew. A firm hand slaps against my back. I spew another mouthful of brine. I can't believe I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? Did someone save me? The vague shapes before my eyes finally consolidate into clear outlines. I am lying by the side of the canal, clothes plastered to my skin, every inch of my body pulsing with dull pain. A fellow student is kneeling beside me, judging from his drenched clothing and a mop of brown hair. I deduced that he's the guy who was drowning earlier. Okay, I guess, yeah, he was saved too? He looks vaguely familiar. I should have expected something like this. Of all people, it had to be you. My weak mind scrambles to find a link. You're... a Shoji. I didn't know I made such a forgettable impression. His impression was anything but forgettable. What throws me off is his face. His eyes, once clear, are dull and haggard with exhaustion. His skin is pallid and unsightly. His hair is ragged as if it had been combed in days. Was it Shoji that was drowning and also saved me at the same time, or is it some other person? I don't know if there's 3 people here, there's only 2. He practically looks like a ghost. I clear my throat, trying to work past the sudden awkwardness. Right, Shoji. Yeah, Akane's ex-boyfriend. We'll probably get over her in a week or 2. I feel the compulsion to apologize, but I can't bring myself to do it. Instead, I pick up my jacket, staring at the ground. Why did you save me? I didn't. I saw you dive in. Actually, he brings up a good point. If I almost drowned, then who got Shoji out? Who got me out? Yeah, that was what I was wondering. What happened? I suppose I should thank you. I don't. It wasn't me. Good. Saves me the trouble of finding some awkward excuse. I feel the edge to his words as he turns away. I instinctively call after him. Why were you in the river? He pauses, an unreadable grimace crossing his lips. You know, probably because he's taking the death of his girlfriend pretty hard, I think. You're the genius. Figured it out. He disappears in the street, leaving nothing but a scattered trail of water behind him. I stare into the sky for a long moment, huddled against the slight warmth of my dry jacket. You know, you shouldn't let him go. You know, someone trying to drown himself probably is a bad idea to leave someone alone like that. Also, you could have recruited him to your cause, right? You know, turn his sadness into vengeance. Make him turn against the source of his tragedy. The source of his what's the word? What's the word for, like, I don't know, I can't think of the word. The source of his despair. Yes, I was trying to think of despair. The source of his despair. Turn it into vengeance towards that. Make him help you find the killer and stuff like that. You know, that he would have been a cool ally, you know, Shoji. But I guess since he doesn't get a lot of screen time and he isn't a drawn character, I guess he's just not important to the story. I still don't know how to get stuck with my charger. Who saved us? Why? I mean, the first person that comes to mind is maybe Masato, right? I mean, he jogged away, but maybe he was close enough to see, and then Masato saved us. It would be, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Masato's an athlete, right? So he could probably carry 2 people and swim back. Better than us, anyway. But otherwise, someone else, or maybe we saved them without even being aware of it. I don't know. Maybe we had like an episode, right? Because it always happens, right? We always have these, or at least, well, it doesn't always happen, but we've been told that it always happens, where we've always had these episodes of amnesia, you know? I fist my hands in the hem of my jacket, collapsing back to the ground. Useless again. Couldn't even swim in a pathetic little canal. Not only would I have failed to save Shoji, but I would have just drowned myself. I should be over it. I should be fine by now. 10 years. I lace my fingers through the sparse blades of grass by my head until I dig into my skin. Too many names. Shoji, Yahiko, Masato, Mizu. You know, Mizu, doesn't that stand for water in Japanese? So that's kind of symbolic. Did something happen to Mizu? In the Mizu here? You know? Or maybe, maybe not. Can't do anything about them. You're the genius. Figured it out. I sit up abruptly, a sudden possibility crossing my mind. Could Shoji have been the next target? Maybe the murderer was trying to drown him. Maybe he knew something about the murderer. Really? That's your conclusion? I guess, but... Well, I mean, that doesn't fit the MO, though. I think it makes more sense that he just... Well... He wanted to commit suicide, Yama. I think that's a more logical explanation. Because if he was the next target, he would be killed like all the other victims, right? And how did all the other victims die? Lacerations, you know? Being cut up and stuff, right? And I don't think being drowned is the same thing as being cut up. So again, that doesn't fit the MO of our little serial killer here. Why would he tell anyone? I sink to the ground, back to square one. I don't know why Shoji was in the river. I don't know why Masato was suddenly upset. I don't even know who saved us from drowning. I guess you don't know a lot of things. I wearily hoist myself to my feet and shove my shoes over my soggy socks. The journey back to my apartment is only filled with more questions. Oh, be careful you don't catch a cold, Yama. Oh yeah, he takes a shower, so that's fine. And we're back at our apartment.